Next program is your multiplication table. We have to find out the multiplication table of 7. Okay, so first I run the example. Java C. So give multiplication table of 7. Now check how it is working. Int a equals to 7. We are defining a variable as 7. Int I equals to 1. 1 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true. Then C equals to 7 into 1. Then C equals to 7 into 1 is 7. Now in A, where it is printing you 7, then asterisk symbol, then I is 1. So 7 into 1, then 7. I value is increment to 2. 2 is less than equals to 10. Condition is true. Okay, then C equals to 7 into 2. Okay, 7 into 2 is 14. In C, 14 has 4. Then A, it is printing you 7. Then asterisk symbol. Then your 2. 2 is displayed. Then equals. Then your 14. I is increment to 3. 3 is less than 10. Condition is true. Okay, then 7 into 3 is 21. So it will continue up to the integer value is 10. So now I move to the do while loop. As we already discussed, the difference between while loop and do while loop is what? Now, if your condition has false in the while loop, there is no statement is executed. But in the case of do while loop, uh, at least one time your statement is executed if your condition has false. Int a equals to 10. Suppose 10 here I am giving. Java C. It is printing me 10 to 20. Now what happened? If I pass here 100, then 100 is not less than equals to 20. But in the do while loop, if your condition has false, at least one time your statement is executed. That is the work of your do while loop. So this is all about your conditional construct. Now we move to the next part. That is an array. So manipulating the array element, a programmer needs to store 100 different words that will be used in a game. So therefore, to store this value, a programmer needs to be declared to 100 variable. Okay. For storing 100 value, we require a 100 variable. Okay. So, however, it is very difficult to keep the track of 100 variable in a program, which make the program code long and complex. Okay. If you want to store 100 data, then 100 variable you have to declare. Or managing the 100 variable is very difficult task. So therefore, in such a situation, a programmer needs to declare a variable that can store 100 words. Means in a single memory location, you have to store all the values. So this can achieve by declaring an array variable. So what is that array? An array is a collection of elements of a single data type. If you want to store more than one element which is having a same data type, then you have to define an array. So array store the same value. If you want to store the same value in a single memory location without creating a different variable, we have to define an array. An array element can be accessed by specifying the name of the subscript number of the array. The subscript number specifies the position of an element within an array, is also called as the index of the element. Okay, so here we define a employee ID. In the employee ID, it stores more than one element. Okay, of same type. All are in the numeric format. So when you define an array in a single memory location, all the value is stored. Then how you have to call the value, or how you have to get a value? Okay, in a one place, if everything is has stored, then how you have to call a person? So you have to call the value through the index number or subscript value. So that is called the index number. If you call the index number 0, then you get this value. 1, you call this value. The array index value which is starting from 0. Okay, it's just like in a seminar or a college, a lot of students are there of a same category. They are having suppose computer science branch. All the computer science branch students are present in a particular class, and if you want to call a student, you call the student through the roll number. So that roll number is called as the identifier or index or subscript value. So in a single memory location, we are not storing or we are not allocating a single student in a single row. All are belongs to the same category. So we put or we keep all the students in a one room, like computer science branch room. So where all the students are present. Okay, and for taking attendance or for taking calling him, we take the help of the rule number. The subscript number specifies the position of an element within an array. Is also called as the index of the element. You can create the following type of an array. One is one-dimensional array, another is multi-dimensional array. One-dimensional array means this one, where the array contains a single row and multiple column. The single row, multiple column value are stored. Okay, in a single row, here multiple column are stored. It is called as the your single dimension array. In multi-dimension array, where it stores the multiple row and multiple column. Here you can say here the multiple row 1 and 2. Row is also given as 1 and 2, and column is also given as a 1 and 2. Okay. Now next is how you have to define an array. For defining a single dimension array, so you have to write a syntax. Suppose we define int, then a equals to new int, then 5. It means it can store the 5 element in the array. This is the one we can define in this way, int. Then at the time of declaration, you can initialize value int a equals to, here you can pass 10, 30. This is the one way. While you are declaring variable, you can initialize the value. Then int a equals to, that is the way of declaring an single dimension array. Okay. Now I'm going to show some program. Here we define an array int x equals to new int 10, 20, 30 and 40. Okay, then we're using a for loop. Okay, as array index number is starting from 0, so in the for loop we are initializing a value I equals to 0. 0 less than x dot length. Length is an attribute which is retrieves the size of the array. The size of the array is what? 4. So here 4 is mentioned. So 0 is less than 4. Condition is true. Then it is printing you x array 0 index 10. Then I value is increment to 1. 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. X array 1 index it is printing you 20. I value is increment to 2. Okay. Then 2 is less than 4. Condition is true. It is printing you 2. So in this way it is printing you 10 to 40. Okay. So length is a attribute which is used to get the size of the array. So length is the is used to get the size of. It is an attribute which is used to get the size of the array. Yeah, array 0 index it is printing you 10. I is value increment to 1. Okay, 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. It is printing you 20. I value is increment to 2. 2 is less than 4. Condition is true. It is printing you 30. Then I value is increment to 3. 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. It is printing you 40. Then 4 is not less than 4. Condition has stopped. Then at the end it is getting all the way. Okay. The example of find the minimum value. If we are defining a class test array, then here we define a method, starting method. when you define a static method, for calling a static method in a static function, there is no need to create a class object. For static void minimum, we are passing a parameter as an array. So int a minimum value that is stored in the array index number 0. Now check that in a main method we are defining a array 33, 3, 4 and 5, and we are calling a function minimum function. Here we define, then we are passing a array value a. The a is now going to store in the arr. Okay, now int minimum array is 0 index, so 0 index means it is storing 33. Now I is equals to 1. 1 is less than array length. Array length is what? 4. 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. The minimum is greater than array 1. Array 1 is 3. The minimum is greater than array 1. Yes. Then minimum equals to array I. So in the minimum array I value is stored. That means it is 3. Okay. And first I will segregate the bracket. Just a minute. The minimum value is 3. Again, I am check the condition. The first we are passing a array value 33, 4, 5. So minimum is a. We are calling a function minimum function as it is a static function. There is no need to create an object. Then we are passing the array value. The array value is now going and storing the arr. The int minimum. So in a minimum we are passing the array index number is 0. So we are taken as index number as 33. Then I equals to 1, 1 less than array length, 1 is less than 4, condition is true. Now your minimum value is what? Your minimum value is 33. 33 is greater than array I value is what? 3 means one value is 3. 33 is greater than 3. Yes. Then in minimum 3 is stored here. Okay. Then I value is increment to 2. 2 is less than 4. Condition is true. So 3 is greater than array 2. 2 means 4. No. Condition is false. Now I is increment to 3. 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. Now minimum is what? Your 3. Already in the minimum 3 value is true. 3 is greater than 4. No. Condition is false. Then I value is increment to 4. 3. 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. So in the 3 index your 5 value is stored. In the minimum 3 is present. So 3 is greater than 5. Condition as false. In the minimum 3 is stored. Then system that out container is 3. Okay. So in this way we find out the minimum value from an array. Again, I tell you, by defining a static method, static void minimum. So as normally when you call a function, you need to create a object of class. As it is a static function, there is no need to create a object. It is directly called minimum a. As it is a array value, so we are passing a array parameter here. So all the value is going and stored in the ARR. So int minimum equals to array 0. Okay, so in the minimum array 0 index value is stored. 0 index value is what? 33 we store here. Okay. Now int 1 is less than array length. Array length is 4. 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. So your minimum is greater than array 1. Minimum is 33. 33 is greater than 3. Yes. Then in the array minimum 3 is 2. Okay. Now I value is increment to 2. 2 is less than 4. Condition is true. Then minimum now we have 3. 3 is less than array 2. 0, 1, 2. 3 is less than 4. Condition is false. 3 is 3 is greater than 4. Condition false. So when it is false, then I value is increment to 4. Okay. So 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 3. 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. In minimum, we have 3. So 3 is less than 4. Condition is false. Then I value is increment to now 4. 3. 3 is less than 4. Condition is true. Now minimum 3 is to 3 is greater than array 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 array 3. Condition is false. So already mean the minimum 3 is to, that is printing you minimum value. That is one example of array. In the next class we go for the another example and the multi-dimensional array.